I want to introduce Charlie Becker. The Watts Group is proud to be part of this project. We're going to be building it and then also a major sponsor. So I want to introduce Charlie Becker with Camp Courageous to tell you a little bit more about the camper cabin coming into Camp Courageous in Monticello, Iowa.
Thank you, Gary. Appreciate the introduction, and it's great to be here at the Watts Group at their headquarters here in Iowa City, Coralville. And we're going to talk just a little bit about Camp Courageous. And the Watts Group has been involved with the camp for years and years. They have come up as a company and volunteered up at Camp Courageous, and they've done all kinds of work up there, but a lot of raking and cleaning up. And so one time I went up to Gary and I said, "Hey, Gary, I love your organization. I love everything about you. The culture here is incredible. The people are incredible. But look at all this wonderful talent. Is there any way that we could borrow some of that talent and maybe do a really, really big project?" And Gary said, "That's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer. We're right with you." So all of a sudden, the relationship just grew overnight. So to give you an idea, Camp Courageous is a year-round facility for people with disabilities. Is grown from 211 campers back in the summer of 1974 to serving nearly 10,000 campers in a year-round program today. One of my passions all these years has been to give the camper more privacy, a little bit more dignity by having their own private rooms. What we do right now is we have 3 camper cabins, and in those 3 camper cabins are 4 rooms. And in each one of those rooms is maybe about 8 campers. And so it's really cool when you're a little kid and you're sitting there and you're telling stories all night and having a good time. But when you get a little bit older, you really would like to have some privacy. And we have, for example, a person my age. And if I had a stroke, I really don't necessarily want to be in a room with 8 other guys and sharing the bathroom and everything else. So it's always been one of my passions is to build something that is more individually designed for the camper. On a personal note, I have a grandson that's got muscular dystrophy. To go to the bathroom, he has to use a Hoyer lift to either lift him from his chair or from his bed to take him into the bathroom. And so that can be an embarrassment when you're 14 years old and there's a bunch of other people sitting around watching you. And so this hit home as a perfect idea. So we got the outside of the beautiful structure. We got the back where there's a campfire and everything. We got a large meeting area. We're planning something that Gary and I share is a passion for our veterans. And so we're working really closely with the VA down here in Iowa City to maybe make it available for veterans and to get the doctors and the specialists and people like that up here to provide the opportunity where they'd have their private rooms, but they can all come together and share. And out the back of this is thousands of acres of state primitive land and just a beautiful scenic area. So inside each one of the rooms is 2 Murphy beds. So in my grandson's situation, he can come in with his power wheelchair. He can be in this bed. His Hoyer lift can be here in the middle. And my wife or my daughter or an aide could be over here on the side that can bring him in with a Hoyer lift to use the shower or the bathroom or whatever. And he needs constant movement throughout the night and things like that. So it's just been a dream come true for us. For my life and the life of Camp Courageous, I feel like we've been on a course. So we've been on a course that somebody else has kind of put us on. And all I got to do is kind of pay attention and things just naturally happen. And that's what Gary ended up on the course. And so it's not like this was a visionary dream or anything like that. It's just, 2 people came together and it just happened. And it's grown from that. It's been a wonderful situation. A big thank you to Adam Hahn. Adam, the Watts Group, Adam has spent 2 years working on this project, an unbelievable commitment of time. And once again, it just started as a dream, and Adam had the vision, and Adam had a lot of the talents, and so we're grateful for Adam. And lastly, Camp Courageous is run on donations. There's no government funding, so we're not going to go behind and get tax dollars out of your pocket. And so this whole project is going to be done with donations. There's no formal sponsorship. We don't have a company hired to raise money for us. It's all going to be from the good people out there that think this is a good project, and they enjoy the opportunity because for our campers, we hope that coming to Camp Courageous is going to be the highlight of their year. And so we appreciate everybody making that possible. A very, very special thank you to Dr. Robert and Eloise Dennis. They are the title sponsors of this project. If it wasn't for them, Dr. Dennis has passed away. But if it wasn't for them, Charlie Becker would have ulcers. I'd be drinking a ton of Pepto-Bismol right now. It would not be good. But Eloise is the most charming, wonderful, sacred type lady you'd ever want to meet. And she saw the need. And she knows Cooper, and she donated a car to the Camp Little sports car, and Cooper drew the winning name, and they have a good bond, and it's been just a great relationship. So a huge thank you to Dr. Robert and Eloise Dennis for being the title sponsor, and of course the Watts Group for everything they have done. So whether or not you're a couple of young people out with a lemonade stand, or if you're somebody that has the capabilities, we are grateful for any support. I know our family is providing a camper room just because I really feel like, if you're going to believe in it, you got to kind of put the money where the mouth is. And this is, with the Watts Group involved, we're going to stretch every donated dollar as far as it can be possibly stretched. So at this time, I'd like to introduce Craig Stadmiller. Craig is the new CEO at Camp Courageous, took over January 1st. And the thing about Craig is Camp Courageous' board of directors did not hire a headhunter organization to go out and do some headhunting for a new CEO. And about 9 months into the board's search for a CEO, I went to Craig and I said, "Hey, Craig, you are the right person at the right time. Please consider applying." And Craig's background, he was heading up the Jones County Kirkwood facility, had been involved with Kirkwood for some time. He's a community leader. He's the president of our school board. And really, really importantly, he has a sister that's a camper. So he knows what it's all about. Comes from a farm family in the Monticello area. Extremely well respected, really, really good people. And he is already taking the camp to new levels. And I'm just so excited about Craig and the wonderful job he's doing. And I want him to just say a few words about what he sees as far as the future of this facility and things like that. Thank you, Craig.
Thank you, Charlie. Well, first, I do have to say thank you to the Watts Group, to Gary, to Randy, to Adam. This has been a collaboration a long time in the making. The Watts Group has been a long time partner, coming out to camp, putting their backs into volunteering and assisting camp. So it's no surprise that we're standing here today with the Watts Group and this incredible project. Camp Courageous for the last 52 years has been providing belonging, courage, confidence, and joy to campers. And that's our mission, that's our impact. We work to help campers change their impact and perspective about themselves and how they see the world, so that when they leave camp, they go forth with that confidence, with that courage, with that joy, and engage the world and live more. So that's the impact that camp has. And to have this project now behind me, that's only going to increase that impact. Just a few things that this cabin is going to do for us and for our ability to serve our campers. Number one, it's going to increase our capacity by over 40%. That means over summer after summer, year after year, hundreds and thousands more campers served. So we are super excited about that impact. But even maybe more importantly, it's going to expand who we can serve. We're going to have the opportunity to bring in individuals who have either medical needs, privacy issues, or other concerns where they do need that own private space for them to live in. And that means we are expanding who we can serve. And that is what we're all about. We're about expanding that capacity and expanding those groups. One of the groups that Charlie mentioned that we're very excited about, again, are veterans. We can't do enough to say thank you and to serve the veterans that we have. So that is just one example of additional groups that we're going to be able to come into camp and they're going to be able to benefit from. So this cabin it's a phenomenal building, thanks to all the work that the Watts Group has put into it. But this cabin is really camp's future. It is going to anchor us going forward to build on everything that Charlie has established for the last 45 years. This is going to take us to that next level and build on that great legacy that he started. So this is really a defining moment for Camp Courageous and for our future. And with that, I'm going to turn it back to Charlie and Gary.
So you might be wondering, how could I support this project? It really sounds like a great project. And so if you're interested in supporting the project, if you write Camp Courageous and Post Office Box 1, Monticello, Iowa, it'll get to us as far as if you'd like to donate. If you would like to hear more about the project, like through a service organization, or you want me to personally come and visit with you about it, we're more than welcome, more than happy to do that any hour of the day or night. And once again, we cannot thank Gary and the Watts Group enough for your incredible support. This is, as Craig mentioned, this is like night and day for the future. So thanks for having the faith in us.
Charlie, can you tell the folks how many campers that you come to the camp each year? It started, 250 kids, and now it's 10,000, am I right?
Yeah, during we just about hit 10,000, and so we're right there on that border, and we're hoping to get one of these years up and over. So we're just in the process of continuing to grow, but this will give us a space to do that growth. So it's come a long ways, and the demand is still great.
I want to also say, if you've not been to Camp Courageous, you need to come up and see the facilities. They're unbelievable. Zip line, it's in a beautiful area. Pictured rocks, is that what they call where you can run down the hill? I know I had a hard time coming back up, but anyway, a beautiful area. My first experience with Camp Courageous was I did a triathlon up there way back when. It's one of my first ones I did, and the coolest thing of the whole deal was one of the campers swam the 500 yards, and he got a little medal at the end, and it was the coolest thing I've ever seen. How excited he was to be able to get a medal. One of the other triathletes gave him his medal, and just the excitement he had to be able to do the swim, I thought was really cool. And then once you see the facilities, there's nothing like it. So I run into people all the time that want to contribute something. They want to give back to their communities. There's nothing better than give to Camp Courageous. We've been around it for about, I think, 10 or 12 years and donated our time up there, and we've enjoyed every second of it. It's a huge thing for the company, and we've just enjoyed every second of it. So if you're looking for something to contribute to, there's not a better way than Camp Courageous. And then I also really like that you've added veterans to the group, not only stroke victims, handicapped children, and there's so many things to do. It also gives the parents a break. They can leave their folks off, their kids off, and then go enjoy themselves for a week too, and they get a little bit of a break. So it's not only for the campers, it's for their parents too. So I can't tell you enough how much we support it, and I hope all you can dig a little deep and help get this on the way, get it started. So
Thank you, Gary. Appreciate it. Craig, any final words?
No, Gary said it all. That's
Okay.
great.
Thank you, everybody. We appreciate your support.